Hey Wesley, you've had a long, consistent career of hitting threes. Just this year, small sample size, it's been hot streaks. What have you seen from the way you're getting your shots and how that certain nights like this one seem to build upon themselves?
I mean, it's just gonna be as the more I get comfortable, the that's just how basketball works. That's how life works. The more you get comfortable, the you settle in, and all the work that you've put in just starts to come full circle, and it starts to show. So, tonight obviously, first half was less than ideal. Second half was a little bit better. But just got to continue to build on everything. For me, I get activated in the game on the defensive end, so that's what helped spur the offense. But obviously, when you got guys like Braun finding you and team looking for you and coaching staff and teammates with the confidence in you, it's easy to play the game.
To follow up on LeBron, you've played with some great players in your career, but what is it like specifically with him, where he seems to be one of the elite of all time, of course, passers specifically to find three-point shooters. What have you noticed about playing with him?
Get ready. Get ready. He sees the court, better than anybody, and so always have your hands ready, be shot ready, uh, space the court out, and he's gonna do most of the work for you. All you gotta do is just step in.
Brad,
Wes, when you started the season 0 for 8 from 3-point range, where was your confidence level at that point? Were you a sort of veteran that you knew eventually the shots would go in?
I mean, it's just law of averages. I wasn't too worried about it. I was 0 for 8, but what I think I did was one shot in the first quarter, one shot in the third quarter. One game, another game, it was maybe two shots in the first quarter, maybe a shot in the first, shot in the second. It was sporadic. So I'm not gonna get hung up on that. One of a coach, I forgot at what point in my career, and I wish I remember who exactly said it, but they kind of broke it down to a sample size for me. There was like, look at it over a 5 game streak. You can't just get too high on one game, too low on one game. And like you said, I went 0 for 8, went 6 for 6, 5 game streak, law of averages, 6 for 14. We live with that. And then just continue to build. But like I said, it's the defensive end for me. Just want to continue to get better on the defensive end, understanding the way that we play and impact that and let the offense just flow.
Bill,
Hey Wes, this is maybe the first time really in your career that you haven't been a full-time starter. Maybe going back to your rookie year in Utah. Um, has that required any kind of adjustment for you in terms of how you approach the game or how you come into the game?
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, if you've been doing something one way for a decade, you kind of get used to that. You kind of develop habits, you develop routines. So I just kind of take it all in stride. This year has been unconventional year all across the board. So if there was a time to come off the bench, I think it would be now. Where everything is an adjustment. Daily life is an adjustment. So it kind of just fits with the mold of how everything is going right now. You got to get comfortable being uncomfortable, and this is just only going to make me better. And I'm ready for whenever my name is called with whatever role it is.
If I could just ask follow up, like what as a shooter, what is different about how you get yourself going or how you try to integrate your game, integrate yourself into a game as opposed to coming out from the tip?
Well, like I said a couple times so far, is I get myself going on the defensive end. So as a starter, obviously, I've always been paired with whoever the best player on the other team is. So that already instantly engages me in the game. And so, coming off the bench, it's just finding different ways to stay engaged, stay ready. My body ready. Most importantly, I'm coming in guarding one of the top two scorers, and they've already got a flow. They've already, got their body going, and I'm fresh off the bench. So, it's mental, it's physical, but it's gonna be an ongoing adjustment. That's what it is right now, and I'm here to do whatever this team needs at whatever capacity, whatever role. I'm ready for whatever, and it's just a learning process, and it's always easier to learn when you win.
last three questions. Kyle,
Hey Wes, Frank told us he put you in the starting lineup tonight, in part because of your experience in the East, but also because he recognizes that you are taking on that new role that perhaps there haven't been as many minutes as you could play. Are you sort of aware of this reasoning? Do you have these conversations with coaches, and do they point out sort of, hey, if X situation comes up, we can get you more minutes, we can get you, a spot start. How does that dynamic work?
As a player, you're just ready for whatever. Like I said, we put a lot of preparation in season, off season, just to prepare yourself for whatever the situation, whatever the outcome is. But as far as Coach Frank, he's probably the best communicator as a coach that I've had, in this early season. He communicates very well about it, whatever's going on in his mind, whatever he's thinking. So, that gives you comfort. When you're coming in, when you're coming out, you can start mentally preparing yourself. You can get ready. You can start watching the game a little bit differently. And he's a great communicator so far with me, and that's really helped my curve here.
Dan?
Hey Wes, you get James Harden on Sunday and then again on Tuesday, I think. I don't know. NBA schedule, man. Every day is Tuesday. What do you try to do when you guard a guy like that without getting too detailed into the game plan? What's sort of the thing you can do that gives you the best shot?
Man, me and James have probably played against each other. I think James is probably one of the guys that I've paired up the most with in my league. Since I've been in the league, obviously we came in together. I was in Utah, he was in OKC, so same division. I was in Portland, he was in OKC, same division. He went to Houston, I was in Portland. We played each other in the playoffs, so it's like we've seen each other a lot. It's just a matter. It's the same approach for anybody. You want to make everybody uncomfortable. As far as the schemes and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, that varies depending on the team, depending on time score situations and all that kind of stuff. But he's a great scorer. He's one of the best scorers that this game will ever see. And so you just got to make things tough. Got to make him think a little bit more. Stop letting the game come so naturally. But it's just trying to make somebody as uncomfortable as possible. But I got a team with me. It's not just me or KCP or whoever else may be on them. It's going to be all of us defending all of them.
Last question, Johan.
Hey Wes, Jared got his first rotation minutes of the season tonight. I'm curious what you thought of his impact during that stretch from the late third into the early mid fourth.
Who, Duds? You talking about Duds?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
He's always ready. Duds is one of those guys he's ready for whatever moment. He energizes on the bench. When his name's called, he's ready. He's going to be in the right spot. He's going to be talking. He's going to instill confidence in everybody. And, that's invaluable. What he does, what he brings, on the daily basis is awesome for this team. It's very unique and something that's special. So I'm going to stop tooting Duds' horn right now, giving him too much praise. But, yeah, he's an awesome professional.